I've lived in Russia for 7 years, and these are the things that I can tell you that are very normal in Russia, but a luxury in so many parts of the world, in America, in Africa, in Europe, and in a few other parts of the world that we don't really talk about. Hi everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is King. If you're new in the channel, I make videos about Russia. I react and comment on trends that are happening in the rest of the world. Number one is the clean and efficient transportation systems in Russia and in Moscow, St. Petersburg, and a few other places. They may not have trains in every city, but I'm very sure that the cleanliness is in every city, in every transportation system, in every part of Russia, which is very luxurious for different parts of the world. I'm from Nigeria, so I can testify that there is not a good enough transportation system that is clean enough for us to feel hygienic while sitting inside or while commuting to different places in the country. And this is a big luxury. I'm just talking about Nigeria. It's the same thing in different parts of Africa, and I don't even want to go to America. Like if you go to Moscow, for example, in every subway station that you go to Moscow, you will see the cleanliness, regardless of the millions of people that will use that subway station in tourist destinations. The cleanliness is always guaranteed. For some reason, it's like a culture. You don't even need to say it. You just see it, that everybody try and do their own part in ensuring that the transportation systems are clean, tidied. The buses, the trams, the trains, every part of the transportation system in Russia are very clean. Number two is free chargers in different transport systems. Here you have chargers in trains, you have chargers in buses, you have chargers in planes. I'm kidding. Like, I think this is a luxury for some people in different parts of the world, but in Russia it's a very common thing for buses, trams, for cars, trains to have chargers that you can use. I'm not talking about cars, because cars is normal for every car in the world to have a charger now, but like public transportation systems have chargers for every chair. Where you sit down, you can literally connect your charger while you're standing, you connect your charger while you're sitting down. It's just how it's convenient for you. Different trains with different charging systems, and this is very normal in Russia. We don't even look at it like it's some special thing. In Russia, we have gotten used to it, or so used to it, that we do not consider it a special thing anymore. It's now a basic amenity. And of course, we're very grateful to have this kind of opportunity to be able to connect our phones even when our battery is dead. We just need to understand that having our chargers with us has that situation covered, or has a problem solved even beforehand. Now you need to understand that I'm Nigerian. I've lived in Nigeria for a very long time before I moved to Russia. And I can tell you that if you go to public places in malls, most of the food courts are usually in the first floor or like second floor. Like those are the things that they serve you before you even try to shop in every shopping mall that you go to in Nigeria. And I'm pretty sure it can be the same in different parts of the world. It can be third floor, it can be second floor, it can be fourth floor. But in Russia, it's almost like a strict rule that every food court in every shopping center, in every plaza, is at the last floor. It doesn't matter if it's 10 floors, it has to be at the last floor. It's usually the fourth or fifth floor, because most malls here have like fifth floors and fourth floors. So like most food courts are in in those floors. And of course, you can have the luxurious restaurants in the third floor, fourth floor, like luxurious coffee shops in the first floor. But like when it comes to food court where there's a lot of people, that you can have different people that can can afford different kinds of food, it's always in the fourth floor. I don't think it's normal. You can see there's McDonald's, there's KFC, of course, if Kusnai Tochka, the roast sticks, which is the new names for these brands. I think you may think this is normal, but it's actually a very luxurious thing for most people in the rest of the world. So, but in Russia, it's a very normal thing. So everybody just knows that when you go to a shopping mall, you have to first walk around. Going to the fourth floor is usually when you want to take a rest after walking around and spending so much time trying to shop, trying to look at what they have, window shopping and things like that. So going to the fourth floor is usually at the end of the day or at the end of your outing at the mall with your friends. That's where you guys go to sit down, catch up and things like that. Except you don't want to shop, you just go straight to the fourth floor. Everybody just understands where the food court is always. It's always like that in every mall in the country. Another luxurious thing that is normal in Russia is the 24-hour supermarkets. I know some countries have 24-hour supermarkets, but in Russia there are multiple options that you have. There is Miratok, there's Pitochka. So not Pitochka is not 24 hours. There's Perikerstock that is 24 hours. There are different types of supermarkets, different types of grocery stores that you would go to even at 3 a.m. and you'll still find something that you would need for the house, and you don't have to wait till the next day. Apparently this is very luxurious for most people in different parts of the world, but in Russia it's actually a very, very normal thing. Everything you will need to find, and these are not just basic grocery stores. Everything that you would ask for, they will most likely have it, because they have healthy things at midnight, and there's security to go at any time. You know, you don't have to worry about leaving your house to go to the grocery store that is 24 hours and worry about getting back home safely. Safety is one of the priorities here, and protection of lives and properties is one of the biggest priorities here. So like ensuring that you have the opportunity to be able to go to a grocery store at 2 a.m. midnight, at 4 a.m. in the morning, and just get what you want and go back home without being bothered about somebody trying to track you, somebody trying to stop you on the way. It's a normal thing here, but it's a luxury in the rest of the world. So now, this one is funny. I don't think this is normal, but I think it's a luxurious thing in so many parts of the world. Maybe not America, but like it might also be a luxury in America. The robots that serve food in fast food restaurants and a few other restaurants and deliveries in general. They've been using deliveries here to deliver food, deliver orders to different people, to deliver pizza, groceries, you know, as long as they live around the center of Moscow, of course. And I think this is a big thing in general, but in Russia it has been normalized. In Moscow it has been normalized, and I think in St. Petersburg as well it has been normalized. But in different parts of the world it's a big luxury, and we cannot underestimate it and think it's a normal thing in the rest of the world. I personally know that it's a luxurious thing. Most people would have probably kicked it or something, stopped it on the way when you use it in other countries, but in Moscow and Russia, it's a very normal thing. You go outside at midnight, you go outside in the morning, you will see robots delivering food for people. And it was creepy for me at first when I first saw it, but when I got used to it, now I just admire it. You know, they obey the traffic law, they stop when it's showing red, they cross when it's showing green, and they just move, and they're actually very amicable and fast. You know, they don't delay your orders, they give you the time, it gets to you fast, you just get down or go down to pick it up by yourself. And I think that's a very cool thing that we should consider to be cool. That is normal here, but luxurious in other parts of the world. Another thing is the peaceful and safe public places. If you're from a country that you've had so many crises in your country, you will understand how important it is to be able to sit at different times of the day in a public place and not be bothered by some strange or random people. This is normal in Russia to sit at public places. This is normal for people here to walk around at different times of the day. I've seen girls walking at midnight. I've seen boys walking at midnight without being bothered. I've actually streamed at midnight and nobody bothered me. You know, as long as you don't bother people. Same way in every country. If you don't bother people, they will never bother you. You know, like in some countries, you don't bother people, they bother you. But here, there's nobody that's going to bother you. You just sit down in public places, chill, press your phone, listen to music, you know, ride the Jungle Overs and things like that, and not worry about your safety, and not worry about some strange things happening to you, or not worry about some random people trying to obtain or steal from you. Like in London and things like that, people always worry about wearing expensive watches, carrying their iPhones, and walking on the streets of London. And it's very sad that that's the situation in London now. But like, it's the same. It's the same in some parts of the world. Of course, in Nigeria, in some parts of Nigeria, it's very unsafe to walk at different times of the day. But in Moscow, I can assure you that if you walk here at 2 a.m. midnight, pressing your phone, don't bother anybody. Nobody's gonna bother you. A girl, a boy, a man, a woman. It's just a normal thing here, but it's a big luxury in different parts of the world, in America, in London, in Nigeria, you know, and that's something that should be recognized, and we should applaud them and applaud the government in power for ensuring such a safe and free, peaceful environment for the citizens and for the tourists as well. It's not just for the citizens, for the residents and the tourists that visit the country and the state. Now, I just don't want you to think I'm trying to like say only the good things about Russia and not the bad things, but I'm just being very realistic. I live here and I can testify firsthand. I'm not trying to tell you news or tell you from what I watched from somebody. I'm telling you the things I've experienced personally. So I don't want you to assume things by yourself. Literally, I live here, I live in Moscow. I can testify. And if there's any other thing you would want to see, this is probably like the first part of this kind of video. If there's any other thing you want to see, you can let me know in the comment section. There are so many normal things in Russia that is a luxury for different people in different countries and different parts of the world. And this is just a few of the things I've noticed that I decided to share with you guys. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comment section. Of course, I'll try my best to respond as fast as possible. And please stay in touch, like and subscribe if you have not subscribed already. And I hope to see you in the next video. Ciao. Bye-bye.